hearing of silkworm, sericulture, pisciculture, physics. Evening of life, old age, neck of the wood, neighborhood. Excuse my French, apologize for abusing. I was deception off the cuff without preparation. Eyebrow raising, surprising, faint-hearted, timid. Faint-hearted, timid. Fall back on to seek shelter. Fall back on to seek shelter, fall flat, complete failure, fall out to quarrel, feel blue, gloomy. In troubled water, in a fix, fish as a fiddle, healthy, flash in the pond, a sudden success, flower, puzzled, flying to erase, very angry, 40 wings, a short nap, full of beans, full of energy, neck of the woods, neighborhood, off the cuff, without preparation, a penny for your thoughts, way of asking what someone is thinking, go bonkers, stupid, become crazy, to meet one's Waterloo, to be badly defeated in a contest, to be badly defeated in a contest, eat like a horse, eat a lot of food, eat like a horse, eat a lot of food, wrangle for one window, argue over petty issues, wrangle for an ass shadow, argue over petty issues, make a mountain out of molehill, keep an eye on, observe continually and carefully, observe continually and carefully, observe continually and carefully. Hello, hello. Take to heart, dil par le lena, took heart, fell encouraged, cold and warm, hateful, gave the game away, here to reveal a secret, get a foot in the door, to have an opportunity, get into a soup, to be in trouble, throw in the towel, to admit defeat or failure, imbroglio, complicated, synonym imbroglio and complicated, tangible, obvious, armistice, conquer, prevaricate, deceive, धोखा देना, sterling, authentic, genuine, real, pertinent, impart, share, sluggish, lumpish, outrage, violence, pronounce, verdict, फैसला, flaw, defect, flaw, defect. Explore all avenues, try out every possibility to get result. Try out every possibility to get a result. Elan, जोश, apathy, indifference, उदासीनता, एनर्जी, एक्सेस, अनुमान लगाना, गणना करना, कंप्यूट करना, एक्सेस, अनुमान लगाना, गणना करना, कंप्यूट करना. Idioms, cut the mustard, to to perform well, cut to the quick, to hurt someone, deep pocket, wealthy, die hard, unwilling to change, die hard, unwilling to change. Crash and burn, to be failed, crash and burn, to be failed, cross out, eliminate करना, crossword disagreement, crossword disagreement, cry down, demotion, cry down, demotion, cut and dry, ready made, cut and dry, ready made. A man of means, a wealthy man with lots of money and assets. A wealthy man, lots of money and assets. Not fit to hold a candle, cannot be compared with, cannot to be compared with, done for, ruin, बर्बाद करना, done for, ruin, बर्बाद करना. Pull yourself together, calm down. Pull yourself together, calm down. Carry a hang without care, full of wisdom, an old head on young shoulder, an old head on young shoulder, full of wisdom. Fling away, to throw aside violently, to throw aside violently. Stick by, to adhere closely, promiscuity, lusty. Wink at, to pretend not to see, wink at, to pretend not to see. To be on the wane, to be diminishing, to be on the wane, to be diminishing, to be on the wane, to be diminishing. To give a place, to give a person that cold shoulder, to treat coldly, to give a person that cold shoulder, to treat coldly. To get one's back, to give support, to get one's back, to give support. To feather one's nest, to enrich oneself when opportunity knocks. To feather one's nest, to enrich oneself when opportunity knocks. To strike oil, to have a great success. To strike oil, have a great success. To talk shop, to use phrase peculiar to one's employment. Talk shop, to use phrase peculiar to one's employment. To draw a line, to fix a limit. A vexed question, a controversial issue. A vexed question, a controversial issue. Stick by, comply with, swan song, last creation. A white elephant, unprofitable possession. Knit one's brows, to frown, plough the sand, to busy oneself in an unprofitable proposition. To busy oneself in an unprofitable proposition. To ripe up old sores, to reopen a quarrel. To ripe up old sore, to reopen a quarrel. Annoying and irritating, a thorn in the flesh. Annoying and irritating, a thorn in the flesh. Not turn a hair. To show no outward emotion. To show no outward emotion. कड़ी निंदा करना. A thorn in the flesh. Not turn a hair, to show no outward emotion. To rate soundly, to censure strongly. to run in the same group, same situation, to run in the same group, to run in same situation, to be no chicken, to be no longer chicken, to take to one's bed, to lie in the bed due to illness, to lie in the bed due to illness, to stand on ceremony, to treat with the right civility, to treat with the right civility, to plow the sand, an act of seems to be of no use, an act seems to be of no use, to be at sixes and sevenses, to be undecided, the breath eyes, to break the awkward silence, to break the awkward silence, backstare and influence, use of unfair means, अनुचित साधनों का प्रयोग, use of unfair means, long in the tooth, rather old, पाखंडी झूठा, hypocritical tears, crocodile tears, elbow room opportunity for freedom of action, elbow room opportunity for freedom of action, opportunity for freedom of action, friends live to live without permission, to play truant, friends live to live without preparation, to live without permission, to play truant, friends abusing, unable to understand, to call a spade, to speak plainly without mincing matters, to call a spade, to speak plainly without mincing matters. In the fast lane, in great excitement, sold a clean pair of heels, run away. Sold a clean pair of heels, run away. To commit to memory, to learn by heart, to break the ice, to find a solution, to burn a hole in the pocket, money that is spent quickly, money that is spent quickly, squandering money, to bury the hatchet, to make peace, armistice, Yudh Viram, to bury the hatchet, to hold out an olive branch, to hold out an olive branch, to back a description, something beyond description, something beyond description, to beat the air of words that are vain useless, words that are vain useless, to provide against a rainy day, possible future, बुरे समय की व्यवस्था, to provide against a rainy day, possible future, बुरे समय की व्यवस्था, a bone of contention, subject of dispute, to be cautious, vigilant, to be all eyes, watching closely and attentively, arrogant, haughty, abhimani, to be conceited, to be like a fish out of water, to be face to face with death, to be face to face with death, to steer up nest, to be totally at a loss in situation, to be totally at a loss in situation, to provide against a rainy day, to save for a difficult situation, to provide against a rainy day, to save for a difficult situation. My hands are full, I am very busy. My hands are full, I am very busy. to be at sea, to be perplexed, in dilemma, in confusion, steward, manager, प्रबंधक. Where the shoes pinches, where the difficulty lies. Public enemy number one, someone who is the greatest threat to a group or community. Public enemy number one, someone who is the greatest threat to a group or community. Someone who is the greatest threat to a group or community. A cuckoo in the nest, unlikable person. A cuckoo in the nest, unlikable person. A wake up alarm, a warning. A worm's eye view, a journal and high view. A journal and high view. Against the clock before a particular time. Air was dirty laundry. Insult someone publicly. Insult someone publicly. Air was dirty laundry. Insult someone publicly. Cost an arm and leg. Very expensive. Cost an arm and leg. Very expensive. Sleep at the switch. Careless. At the bottom of the ladder, at a low place. At the bottom ladder, at a low place. A bull in the sign of a harmful person. A bull in the sign of a harmful person. A bull in the sign of a harmful person. A bit under the weather. Feeling sick. Demagogue, powerful leader. Analogy, lament, song, dance, dull, derogatory, अपमानजनक, dictator, तानाशाह, oppressor, deteriorate, denigrate. Refuse, denied, morsel, bite. Desecrated, अपवित्र, defiled. Desecrated, अपवित्र, defiled, magnificent, splendid, magnificent, treat. Peculiarity, singularity. Peculiarity, normality. Swagger, boasting. Swagger, boasting, wealth, futile. Sam, ढोंगी, imposter. Sam, genuine, sterling. Obstruction, टांग अड़ाना, बाधा. Hampering, obstruction, straightforward. Obstruction, straightforwardness. Recuperation, recovery. Rejuvenation, refreshing. To sever, ramify, cut. Ramification, outcome, result, aftermath. Imitate, copy to. Imitate, original. Imitate, original, exhausting, थका देने वाला. Tedious. Exhausting, energetic. Sycophant, toddy. Sycophants, sincere. Artillery, तोपखाना. Ordnance, property, nasty. Probability, honesty, no love lost between them. To dislike each other. To be hand in love with someone, प्यार का रिश्ता. To be hand in glove with someone, प्यार का रिश्ता. To play fast and lose. To deceive someone. To play ducks and drag. To squander money. पैसा उड़ाना. To burn hole in one's pocket. To burn hole in one's pocket. To squander money. Low bro. Coarse, rude. Proud, arrogant, passionate, जुनून, pathetic, नकारा, बेकार, pathetic. Nostalgia, longing. Truancy, absenteeism, bunk. Absenteeism, bunk. Truancy, absenteeism. Maleficent, criminal. Cunning, shrewd, clever. Maleficent, dangerous. Cunning, shrewd, clever. Solemnity, dignity. Trust, reliable. Bounty, benevolence. Holocaust, destruction. Aversion, hostility. Decipher, decode, simulate, animate. Decipher, simulate, animate. Opportune, appropriate. Opportune, appropriate. Honorary, honor. Honor. Lopsided, tailor-made, crooked, partial part. Praiseworthy, admire, condemnable, criticize, censure. Retrograde, palatable, agreeable. Microscopic, broad, basic. Obdurate, flexible. Callous, careless. Callous, careless. Profound, superficial. Turbulent, calm. Dogmatic, amenable, flexible. Dogmatic, amenable, flexible. Fickle, stable. Fickle, stable. Dogmatic. Algophobia, fear of pain. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Contagious, infectious. Catching, dynamic, revolutionary. Enduring, सहन करना. Lamenting, bemoaning. Organic, natural. Unusual, strange. Oratory, speaker, eloquence. Deceit, false. Patron, backer. Patron, backer. Arrogance, conceit. Reconnaissance, investigation. Reconnaissance, investigation. Rectification, सुधार. Replica, same, clone. Sardonic, mocking. Sardonic, mocking. Blurb, summary, sequel, volume. Laurel, awards. Blurb, summary, sequel, volume, laurel, awards. Consider, campaign, curator, caretaker of museum. Curator, caretaker of museum. attractive, repulsive, boundless, finite, clear, opaque, deep, shallow, clear, opaque, deep, shallow, generous, stingy, plenty, scarcity, lack, industrious, lazy, grow, shrivel, rarely, frequently, crooked, straightforward, cacophobia, bad fear, one who collects them, philatelist, conjurer, black magic, philatelist, conjurer, black magic, linguistic, adjective, linguistics, noun, study of language, or source contrast and so together. Someone is going to his house, though use yet not but, any place singular noun always. In comparison, the word different is always followed by from. Sterling, genuine, infer, conclude, executioner, hangman, merited, deserved, salient, important, merited, deserved, salient, important, arraign, blame, pardon, माफ करना, presumptuous, arrogant, initiate, embark, knitting, sweater बुनना, initiate, embark, ostracize, banish, देश निकाला देना, censure, निंदा करना, abjure, त्यागना, abandon, relinquish, give up, abjure, त्यागना, abandon, relinquish, give up, renounce, eminent, prominent, unknown, embellish, सजाना, spoil, बर्बाद करना, demolish, ध्वस्त करना, save cold water on, supported, subtle, छोटा सा, plain, gross, सकल, कुल, contest, accept, vituperative, insulting, congratulatory, insulting, congratulatory, boisterous, out of control, restrained, plausible, likely, probable, unacceptable, incredible, अतुलनीय, plausible, likely, probable, unacceptable. Stalwart, समर्थक, कार्यकर्ता, स्लाइड, धूर्त, चालाक, कनिंग, नोटोरियस, आउटला, स्लाइड, धूर्त, चालाक, कनिंग, नोटोरियस, आउटला, gratuitous, unwarranted, deleterious, हानिकारक, harmless, to take stock of, स्थिति का जायजा लेना, to survey, man of straw, a man of no substance, wolf in sheep's clothing, to hypocrite, pakhandi, wolf in sheep's clothing, to hypocrite, pakhandi, to cut someone short, to interpret someone, to interrupt someone, to stick to one's colors, to refuse to yield, persistent, die hard, to refuse to yield, no love lost, to full of hatred, no love lost, to full of hatred, burning question, A widely debated issue, an unsolved issue. A widely debated issue, hang fire, an unsolved issue. Gets on my nerves, irritates me. Gets on my nerves, irritates me. Turn the corner, past the crisis. मुश्किल पार कर देना. Turn the corner, past the crisis. मुश्किल पार कर देना. To die in harness, die while working. Cut out, suitable. Cut out, suitable. To be a snake in the grass. An unreliable person. A snake in the shoes, a treacherous person. A snake in the shoes, a treacherous person. आस्तीन का सांप नमक हराम. Genocide, नरसंहार, group of people. Genocide, नरसंहार, group of people. Narcissist, super self-supremacy का शिकार. Self-supremacy का शिकार. Prohibit, forbid, forsake, त्यागना. Dubious, doubtful, derogatory, अपमानजनक. Prohibit, forbid, forsake, त्यागना. Dubious, derogatory, अपमानजनक. Eccentric, conventional. कॉन्फॉर्मिस्ट, भगवान को मानने वाला. कॉन्फॉर्मिस्ट, भगवान को मानने वाला. कन्वेंशनल. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, कॉन्टेम्प्ट, अवहेलना करना. गिव अप, अबंडन, स्पेसिफिक, नोटवर्दी. eradicate, to remove, probable, likely. Adhere, give allegiance. Infer, conclude. Infer, conclude. Into a frenzy, berserk. Generous, dayalu. Cruel, sluggish, vigorous. Ruthless. Kind, despondent, elated. Repudiated, त्याग करना, accept. Gift of the gave, fluency of speech. High and cry, give up. Queer face, strange person. A mare's nest, a false invention. At odd, in dispute, no love lost, intense dislike. Talking through his head, talking nonsense. Feather in your cap, additional achievement. Feather in your cap, additional achievement. Rub him the wrong way, annoy him, chidana. Rank and file, the ordinary member, Aam Aadmi. Janta voters. Divorce, annulment, consist of. Gentle, amiable. Discuss, never followed by about. Came across के बाद suddenly नहीं आता. Came across के बाद suddenly नहीं आता. Accused is always followed. Accused is followed by of. Concept from 2 to 3 p.m. between के बाद end आना चाहिए. Scared followed by of. Different followed by from in comparison. Comprised never followed by of. Not given. Memoir, history, meticulous, a closer observer. Meticulous. Links, rule, बदतमीज, important, misanthrope, hater. Misanthrope, hater. Potent, powerful, limpid, clear, lucid, all secure, unknown. miser, stingy, कंजूस इंसान, close-fisted, monastery, saints accommodation, monocracy, mobocraft, rule of one person, public opinion, mortal, physical, novice, proselyte, notorious, badnaam, scoundrel, smelly rat, to be suspicious, narrow, sad store by, to window. The pros and cons, good and evil, small fry and insignificant person, small fry and insignificant person. Turn the table to reverse the condition. Turn up nose to get annoyed. Turn up nose to get annoyed. Off color, not in form. Imminent, omnipresent, defer, postpone करना, contiguous, nearby, adjacent, contiguous, nearby, adjacent, one's cup of tea, one's liking, pay off old score to take revenge, a mere dream, a daydream, to go overboard, हद पार करना, to do too much of something, on the rocks, likely to fail, असफलता के नज़दीक, from the horse mouth, from an authoritative or dependable source, from the reliable sources, from an authoritative or dependable source, to cut corner, to take shortcut, take something with a pinch of salt, believing something, किसी पर पूरे मन से विश्वास करना, with a doubt. Every dog has its day. Everyone gets a chance eventually. To burn the candle at the both ends, to work hard and stays up late by night. Best of both worlds. Enjoy different opportunity at a single time. Enjoy different opportunity at single time. A blessing in disguise, a favorable situation under the pretense of unlucky one. A favorable situation under the pretense of unlucky one. Bend over backward, to try very hard to do something especially for someone. To try very hard to do something especially for someone. Honor, use unfair means. Give a wide berth, keep away from. Turned a deaf ear, did not pay any attention. Turned a deaf ear, did not pay any attention. In the nick of time, at the last possible moment. In the nick of time, at the last possible moment. Stacking dharna, promulgated, legal act, pronounced, judgment, swallowing, gulp. Take medicine, not eat, lean, thin, sparse, lean. Busted, place, red. Revealed, concealed. Pretentious, so suspect, dubious. Kith and kin, used for blood relation. Dictated, use, always do. Proud enough, good enough, old enough, fair enough, short enough. Introduce into, for plus duration period. List, not followed, not it followed, should. Moment into, change of medium. Everyone, anyone, someone, each one, no one, each cause has, was. Encounter, run into, plenty, abundance, abolish, eradicate. Nurture, burn, person, dispassionate, indifferent. Torpid, sluggish. Vulnerable, defenseless. Vitriolic, abusive. Ecstatic, abscess, eerie, haunting, irrational, respectful, crude, rough. Resilient, tough, sprightly, vivacious, lively, secularism, solar trainers, master weather, ebullient, energetic, caustic, acrid. First official meeting, the Constituent Assembly of Undivided India met for the first time in December 9, 1946. Initial membership. The initial member constituted 389 before the partition of India. Assembly leadership. Dr. Rajendra Prasad chaired the Constituent Assembly and later became the first President of India. Temporary Chairman. Dr. Sachindan was temporary Chairman of the Constituent Assembly. Resolution. Objective resolution moved in the Constituent Assembly. Drafting committees. Fundamental Rights Subcommittee chaired by J.B. Kriplani. Fundamental Rights Subcommittee chaired by J.B. Kriplani. Steering Committee chaired by Rajendra Prasad. Historical Event Chart Act 1833. Elevated the Governor General of India. Elevated the Governor General of Bengal to the position of Governor General of India. Government of India Act 1919. 1919 introduced hierarchy in provincial government. Government of India Act 1935 introduced the Federal Court in India. Constitution Day. India began celebrating on November 26, starting from 2015, making Ambedkar as 125th birth anniversary. Adoption and enforcement. The Constitution was officially adopted on 26 November 1949 and put into force on 26 January 1950. Preamble and basic structure. The mini constitution, the 42 Amendment Act 1976 is often referred as the mini constitution. Preamble sequence. The correct schemes of independence, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Secularism. Secular does not mean promoting one religion. It means the state treat all religion equally. Union of State. Article 1 describes Union of State. Basic structure doctrine established in the Kesavan and the Bharati Judgment 1973. Basic structure doctrine established in the Kesavan and the Bharati Judgment 1973. Sources of the Constitution. Borrowed feature. Fundamental right. Source from the U.S. Constitution. Directive basis of state policy. Source from the Constitution of Ireland. Fundamental duties. Sources from USSR added by 42 Amendment. Single citizenship and CAG. Source from Britain, UK. Equality before law. Concept derived from the United Kingdom. proportional representation Rajya Sabha source from South Africa. Suspension of right during emergency source from Germany Weimar Constitution. Suspension of rights during emergency source from Germany Weimar Constitution. Fundamental right and duties range article is the right of freedom is mentioned in article 22. Heart and soul. Dr. B.M. Ambedkar described 32 constitutional remedies as the heart and soul of the Constitution. Abolition of untouchability addressed under Article 17. Abolition of untouchability is Article 17. Protection of minorities, Article 29. Safeguard the interest of minorities, right to education, RTE. Article 21 take. Article 21A makes education a fundamental right for children aged 6 to 14 years. RTE Act was passed by the Parliament in 2009. The 86th Amendment added the duty to provide education opportunities. The 86th Constitutional Amendment added the duty to provide education opportunities. Right to provision declared a fundamental right by Supreme Court in the case of Puthuswamy v. Union of India, Article 21. Right to provide in the 44th Amendment removed it from fundamental right. It is now a legal right under Article 300A. Non-suspensible right, Article 21. Life and liberty cannot be suspended even during a national emergency. Judicial review arises from Article 13, allowing court to void law consistent with fundamental right. Article 226 High Court issued reference to Article 226 mandamus, literally means we command. Armed forces and Article Parliament can restrict funding for the armed forces. Directive principle of state policy and UCC. Justice, equal justice and free legal aid promoted under Article 39A. Equal justice and free legal aid. Gandhi philosophy, articles are organization of various personalities inspired by Gandhi philosophy. Organization of various personalities is inspired by Gandhi philosophy. A reform civil code mentioned in Article 44, even to obtain personal law and tracing framework. A reform civil code is mentioned in Article 44 aim to bring personal laws addressing the framework. Concurrent list. Education was moved here from the state list by 42 Amendment. The Union and State Executive. Presidential power, impeachment procedure, sometime in Article 61. Pardoning power.